The Clone Wars rage across the galaxy, but Anakin Skywalker sleeps peacefully. No screams pierce his dreams. No visions of death torment his nights. Without the nightmares that would have shattered his mind, the Chosen One remains centered in the light. On Coruscant, Anakin meditates with newfound clarity. Master Yoda notices the change immediately. Strong in the Force, young Skywalker has become. The ancient Jedi observes. Clear his path is now. Obi-Wan sees it too. His former Padawan moves with purpose, no longer haunted by invisible fears. During their missions, Anakin makes calculated decisions instead of reckless choices. He saves clone troopers with tactical precision rather than emotional desperation. But in the shadows, Chancellor Palpatine grows frustrated. His carefully planted seeds of doubt find no fertile ground in Anakin's peaceful mind. The Sith Lord watches as his greatest weapon slips away. "My boy," Palpatine says during their regular meetings, "surely you feel the burden of this endless war?" Anakin responds with calm confidence. "The Jedi will find a way to victory, Chancellor. The Force guides us." Palpatine's yellow eyes flash with hidden anger. His original plan crumbles. Without fear driving Anakin toward darkness, new strategies become necessary. Meanwhile, Padmé continues her Senate duties, unaware of the peaceful nights her husband now enjoys. Their secret marriage grows stronger without the weight of prophetic doom. Anakin visits her with genuine joy instead of desperate clinging. As battles intensify across distant worlds, the Republic's greatest hero remains balanced on the edge of light. His connection to the Force deepens daily. His skills as a general improve dramatically. But Palpatine watches and waits. The Dark Lord of the Sith begins crafting a new approach to corrupt the Chosen One. If fear cannot break Anakin Skywalker, perhaps anger will serve better. The war continues, and darker temptations await the unsuspecting Jedi Knight. Chancellor Palpatine paces his office, frustration boiling beneath his calm mask. Every attempt to corrupt Anakin Skywalker has failed. Without fear as his weapon, the Sith Lord must try a different approach. "Anakin, my dear boy," Palpatine begins during their next meeting. "Have you ever heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?" The young Jedi listens with curious interest, not desperate hunger. Palpatine spins the tale of the Sith Lord who could save others from death. He watches Anakin's face for signs of temptation. "Fascinating," Anakin replies thoughtfully. "But the Jedi teach us that death is a natural part of life. We must learn to let go of those we fear to lose." Palpatine's eye twitches. The words that should have hooked Anakin completely bounce off his centered mind. "But surely," the Chancellor presses, "you would want such power to protect those you love?" Anakin stands firm. True strength comes from accepting the will of the Force, not trying to control it. Desperation creeps into Palpatine's voice. He abandons subtlety and reveals more Sith knowledge. He speaks of unlimited power, of ruling the galaxy together, of bringing peace through strength. But each dark promise meets the same response. Anakin's peaceful nights have given him wisdom. His clear mind sees through the manipulation. "Chancellor," Anakin says slowly, "you speak like someone who has studied the dark side extensively." The room falls silent. Palpatine realizes his mistake. In his frustration, he has revealed too much. The Chosen One stares at him with growing suspicion. The Jedi archives mention that only Sith Lords know such detailed histories. Anakin continues, his hand moving instinctively toward his lightsaber. Palpatine's mask begins to slip. His yellow eyes flash with fury. Decades of careful planning crumble in moments. "You cannot stop what has already begun," Palpatine snarls, his voice dropping to a menacing whisper. Anakin ignites his lightsaber, blue light filling the Chancellor's office. The sound echoes through the empty halls of power. The Sith Lord's true face finally emerges from the shadows. Blue lightning crackles through Chancellor Palpatine's office as the Sith Lord unleashes his fury. Anakin deflects the deadly energy with his lightsaber. his movements precise and controlled. Without fear clouding his judgment, he fights with pure Jedi instinct. "You have no idea what forces you're dealing with, young Skywalker." Palpatine snarls, his face twisted with rage. Anakin stands firm. "I know enough. You're Darth Sidious." The name hits like a thunderbolt. Palpatine's attack falters for a split second. In that moment, Anakin reaches out through the Force, sending an urgent message to Master Windu. Palpatine realizes his exposure and makes a desperate choice. He throws his desk at Anakin and leaps through the massive window, disappearing into Coruscant's endless cityscape. But Anakin doesn't panic. His peaceful mind stays focused. Through the Force, he tracks the Sith Lord's signature like a beacon in the darkness. Within minutes, Republic gunships surround the area. Master Windu arrives with a strike team of Jedi Masters. Anakin points toward the industrial sector. He's heading for the old Senate building. Anakin reports with certainty. "I can feel his presence." The Jedi mobilize quickly. Across the galaxy, Master Yoda receives the shocking news. The Clone Wars suddenly make terrible sense. Every strategic decision, every prolonged battle, every convenient coincidence now reveals its true purpose. Orchestrated by the Sith, this war has been, Yoda realizes with growing horror. Meanwhile, Palpatine reaches his secret lair beneath Coruscant's surface. Ancient Sith artifacts line the walls. Red lightsabers wait in hidden chambers. But his sanctuary cannot hide him from the Chosen One's power. Anakin leads the Jedi strike team through the underground tunnels. His connection to the Force guides them past every trap and deception. The peaceful nights have strengthened his abilities beyond measure. "He's close," Anakin whispers as they approach the final chamber. The massive doors slide open, revealing Emperor Palpatine in his true form. Dark side energy radiates from his twisted figure. Behind him, holographic displays show the locations of every clone army in the galaxy. His finger hovers over a single ominous button marked Order 66. The underground chamber erupts in chaos as 4 Jedi Masters ignite their lightsabers. Purple and blue light clashes against crimson energy as Darth Sidious reveals his true power. "You fools!" Palpatine screams, his voice echoing through the ancient Sith lair. "You cannot stop what I have set in motion." Master Windu leads the charge, his purple blade cutting through the darkness. But this time, something is different. Anakin fights beside him as a trusted ally, not a conflicted liability. Kit Fisto and Agent Kolar fall quickly to the Emperor's deadly strikes. But Windu and Anakin move in perfect harmony, their connection through the Force stronger than ever before. "Together, Skywalker," Windu commands. "Channel your power through the light." Anakin responds without hesitation. His peaceful mind focuses all his strength into supporting Windu's assault. The 2 Jedi push Palpatine back across the chamber, their combined force overwhelming even the Dark Lord's ancient power. Palpatine's yellow eyes burn with rage. He unleashes torrents of Force lightning, but the united Jedi deflect every attack. Anakin's clear judgment allows him to anticipate every move, while Windu's experience guides their strategy. "This cannot be," Palpatine snarls as his back hits the chamber wall. "I am the Senate. I am the Republic. You are nothing." Windu replies, pressing his lightsaber closer to the Sith Lord's throat. But Palpatine's finger still hovers dangerously close to the Order 66 activation button. Across the galaxy, millions of clone troopers wait for a signal that could destroy every remaining Jedi. Anakin sees the threat immediately. His Force powers reach out, trying to disable the communication system before Palpatine can trigger the genocidal command. The Emperor's twisted smile reveals his final gambit. Even in defeat, he plans to take the Jedi Order with him. "If I cannot rule the galaxy," Palpatine whispers, "then no Jedi will survive to see tomorrow." His finger drops toward the button as Anakin and Windu lunge forward in desperate unity. Anakin's lightsaber slices through the communication console in a burst of sparks and smoke. Palpatine's finger hits the activation button, but no signal travels through the destroyed circuits. Order 66 dies before it can begin. No. Palpatine screams, as Windu's purple blade ends the Dark Lord's reign forever. Across the galaxy, Jedi Masters continue leading clone troops in battle, unaware of how close they came to extinction. On Kashyyyk, Master Yoda senses a great disturbance in the Force, but no betrayal follows. On Megiddo, Ki-Adi-Mundi fights alongside Commander Bacara without fear. The genocide that should have destroyed the Jedi Order never happens. In the Sith lair beneath Coruscant, Anakin and Windu discover the true scope of Palpatine's deception. Holographic records reveal years of manipulation. The Chancellor orchestrated both sides of the Clone Wars from the beginning. Every battle, every loss, Windu realizes with growing horror, all of it planned. Anakin studies the data files with his clear, focused mind. The Separatist leaders are puppets. Count Dooku, General Grievous, even the Trade Federation, all controlled by Sidious. The evidence is overwhelming. Clone army contracts signed by Palpatine's office, secret communications with Separatist commanders, battle plans designed to prolong the conflict for maximum suffering. Within hours, Master Yoda arrives on Coruscant with a full strike team. The Jedi Council convenes an emergency session, reviewing the shocking evidence. The Republic they fought to protect was controlled by their greatest enemy. Deceived we have been, Yoda declares grimly, but survived. The Jedi Order has. News of Palpatine's death spreads rapidly through the Senate. Bail Organa and other loyal senators work to maintain order as the government faces its greatest crisis. Without a chancellor, the Republic teeters on the edge of collapse, but the clone armies remain loyal. Without Order 66, the troops continue following their Jedi commanders. The war machine built by Palpatine now serves the light. On distant battlefields, Jedi Masters receive new orders. The Clone Wars must end immediately. Separatist leaders must be captured, not killed. The truth must be revealed to every system in the galaxy. But as peace seems within reach, a new threat emerges from the shadows. Medical alarms echo through the Polis Massa facility as Padmé enters labor. But this time, Anakin stands beside her bed, his hand gently holding hers. No dark side energy courses through his veins. No rage poisons his connection to the Force. "You're going to be fine," Anakin whispers, his voice filled with genuine calm. We both felt it through the Force. The medical droid works efficiently, but Padmé's condition remains critical. The stress of recent Senate sessions and the shock of Palpatine's betrayal have weakened her body. Her heartbeat fluctuates dangerously on the monitors. Without the corruption of the dark side, Anakin channels pure light through the Force. He pours his love and strength into his wife, supporting her through every painful moment. His peaceful mind focuses entirely on preserving life, not destroying it. "Stay with me, Padmé," he pleads, but his words carry hope instead of desperate fear. The first child arrives, a boy with his father's strong presence in the Force. Obi-Wan receives him with trembling hands, amazed by the power he can already sense. "He's perfect," Obi-Wan says, his voice filled with wonder. Minutes later, a girl follows. Her Force signature burns just as brightly as her brother's. Twin stars of hope born into a galaxy finally free from Sith influence. Padmé's vital signs stabilize as she holds her newborn children. The dark prophecy that should have claimed her life never comes to pass. Love, not fear, fills the delivery room. "What will we call them?" she asks weakly, but with joy in her eyes. Anakin looks down at his son and daughter, his heart swelling with pride and purpose. "Luke and Leia," he answers. "Luke for the light that guides us, and Leia for the strength you've shown." Outside the facility, Republic ships patrol the space around Polis Massa. The Clone Wars are ending, but the galaxy still faces uncertainty. New governments must form, and the Jedi Order must rebuild. But in this quiet medical bay, the future of the Force rests safely in the arms of parents who survived the darkness. The Skywalker family is complete, and the galaxy has never been more hopeful. The Senate chamber buzzes with urgent debate as representatives from across the galaxy gather for the most important session in Republic history. With Palpatine dead and his emergency powers dissolved, the government must rebuild from its foundations. Senator Bail Organa stands at the central podium, his voice carrying across the vast chamber. "We have learned that absolute power corrupts absolutely," he declares. "Never again can one person control both the military and the government." The Jedi Council sits in the observer's gallery, but their role has changed forever. Master Yoda addresses the Senate with humble wisdom. "Guardians of peace, the Jedi shall remain," he announces. "But rulers, we must never become. Serve the democracy. We will." New constitutional amendments pass with overwhelming support. The Chancellor's emergency powers are permanently banned. Military command is separated from civilian leadership. Clone armies are disbanded and replaced with voluntary defense forces from member worlds. Anakin watches from the Jedi section, holding baby Luke while Padmé participates in the historic votes. Their secret marriage remains hidden, but their love grows stronger as they witness the birth of true freedom. Senator Mon Mothma proposes the most radical change. The Jedi Order will serve as constitutional guardians, she explains. They will ensure no future leader can seize dictatorial control. The proposal passes by a massive margin. For the first time in galactic history, Force-sensitive beings will protect democracy rather than seek to control it. Across the galaxy, former separatist worlds receive invitations to rejoin a reformed republic. Many accept, eager to escape the chaos that followed their leaders' exposure as Sith puppets. On Naboo, victory celebrations fill the streets. Queen Jamilia announces her world's renewed commitment to galactic unity. Trade routes reopen. Diplomatic missions replace military strikes. But in the depths of space, ancient Sith archives remain hidden. Dark knowledge waits in forgotten temples and buried starships. The New Republic faces its greatest test as whispers of surviving Sith apprentices begin to surface in the galaxy's shadow regions. Hope burns bright, but darkness never truly dies. The Jedi Temple training grounds echo with the sound of practice lightsabers as 10-year-old Luke and Leia spar under their father's watchful eye. Both children move with natural grace, their Force abilities already surpassing many adult Jedi. "Feel the connection between you," Anakin instructs, his voice calm and patient. "The Force flows through all living things, binding the galaxy together." Luke's blue training saber meets Leia's with perfect timing. The twins fight as one mind, anticipating each other's moves through their Force bond. Their power amazes, even Master Yoda. "Strong in the Force these children are," Yoda observes from the training balcony. "But careful, we must be. Great power brings great responsibility." On Coruscant, Padmé serves as the New Republic's Secretary of Diplomatic Relations. Her marriage to Anakin is no longer secret. The Jedi Council changed their ancient rules, allowing attachment when it serves the light. But peace has not eliminated all threats. In the shadows of the galaxy, forgotten Sith holocrons pulse with dark energy. Ancient apprentices, hidden for decades, begin to stir. On the forgotten world of Korriban, a hooded figure kneels before a Sith tomb. The bloodline of Skywalker lives. The figure whispers to the darkness, but they are not beyond corruption. Back at the temple, Luke demonstrates his piloting skills, while Leia shows her diplomatic gifts. Both children excel in lightsaber combat, but their personalities reflect their different strengths. "You have your mother's wisdom," Anakin tells Leia after she mediates a dispute between younger Padawans. "And you have your grandfather's courage," he says to Luke, who successfully completed an impossible training course. The twins smile at their father's praise, unaware that their bloodline carries both the greatest hope and the greatest danger the galaxy has ever known. That evening, as the Skywalker family shares dinner in their temple quarters, a dark ship lands on Tatooine. A figure in ancient Sith robes steps onto the desert sand, carrying knowledge that could shatter this peaceful timeline. The children of prophecy face their first real test as shadows from the past emerge to challenge their destiny.